Hi, good evening. The topic that I'm going to be talking on is going to be Uzbekistan. I will be going over its history, political system, economic growth, and corruption. I will also explain how these things affect development, jobs, and foreign investments. So, here is a small brief history of Uzbekistan and the Silk Road. Uzbekistan has a very long and rich history and was once very important on the Silk Road. As many of us very much well are aware, the Silk Road was a network of trade routes that connected Asia, the Middle East, and Europe. It was not just about trading goods, though. It was also a place where people came together to share ideas, cultures, religion, and technology. Cities like Samarkand and Bukhara became major centers for trade and learning. Merchants would come in, set up shop, and trade things such as spices, metals, and textiles. Scholars and travelers, though, would come through, and they would pass on their knowledge of different things such as education, religion, and even their own cultures. So, because of the Silk Road, Uzbekistan did develop strong cities and economic activity early on. This history shows that Uzbekistan has always been connected to global trade and still today is very much so current. So, during the Soviet era and independence, in the 20th century, Uzbekistan became part of the Soviet Union. During this time, though, the government controlled most political and economic decisions. This included work, culture, religion, and land. After the Soviet Union, though, collapsed in 1991, Uzbekistan became independent. However, even after the independence, the government did keep the strong control over the economy. This did limit private businesses and foreign involvement. The key turning point, though, for Uzbekistan, and luckily the opening up of Uzbekistan, this occurred in 2016. New leadership began introducing reforms to open the country more to the world. Opening up matters because it creates jobs and opportunities. When foreign companies invest, they bring money, technology, and new skills. This can lead to more businesses, more competition, and more employment. Opening up also helps small businesses grow. With fewer restrictions, entrepreneurs can start businesses more easily. So during the political system, which is current today, Uzbekistan is best described as an authoritarian system. Most power is still held by the president as well as the executive branch. Elections do exist, but political competition is very limited. Political systems matter because they affect economic outcomes. Institutions play a central role in shaping economic performance. This explains why the government control still strongly influences Uzbekistan's economy. Well, what is the economic system that is in play? Uzbekistan has a mixed but state-directed economic system. The government does control major industries like energy, agriculture, and natural resources. Private businesses are allowed, but they must follow strict government rules. Government policies can either promote or hinder long-run and economic growth. State control has provided stability, but it can also limit competition. The economic system and the economic growth altogether, though, has seen economic growth in recent years. The growth is connected to gradual market reforms. Examples include the currency changes and fewer trade restrictions. So we're seeing the currency go up as well as fewer trade restrictions. And this is making things a lot easier for the country of Uzbekistan. However, though, the corruption and economic growth, corruption has been a long-term issue in Uzbekistan. It can discourage foreign investment and reduce trust in the government institutions. Corruption is not always immediately harmful, but over time, it does weaken the institution. Structural reforms are essential for sustaining economic growth and attracting foreign investment. This is important as Uzbekistan continues to modernize. In conclusion, though, Uzbekistan's history, political system, and economic structure all shape its development. Its Silk Road past shows a strong history of trade and connection to the world. Recent reforms show progress, but challenges still do remain. For long-term success, Uzbekistan will need stronger institutions, less corruption, and more support for businesses, big or small. These changes can lead to more jobs and a stronger economic growth, and overall make Uzbekistan as great as it can be. Thank you for taking time to listen. I really do hope there was something I taught with this, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.